Today I want to do a quick video showing you how I made these pumpkins, uh, telling you how much it can cost, and give you some ideas on things you can do to carve some pumpkins this year without any skill whatsoever. These are not hard pumpkins. They look cool though. That's the whole thing. They look cool though. We're going to start with this guy over here. Now with this guy, just did 2 rows, drilled in, I think an 1/8 inch drill bit, bam, 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 just kind of randomly, and then run the EL wire through and sew it up. Now, EL wire is cheap. You bend it a couple times, it's going to break. So be aware, this may not be usable year after year after year. You might get a couple uses out of it though, but it's cheap. It's super cheap. I mean, I want to say off of Amazon like 5 for $20 the other day. Real cheap. For the eyes, I was trying this pie eyes thing in both of them. Adafruit is a company that makes this bonnet that goes on top of a Raspberry Pi. It outputs a signal to 2 small 1.5 inch screens that you can put in anything. They're controllable with a joystick. That's awesome. Instant animatronic pumpkin. Okay, there's a little bit of soldering to the kit. I want to say it's super easy, but this one's not working, so I don't know. I haven't had time to troubleshoot it out. I will get that working. They have excellent customer service. They've got a Discord chat 24-hour. You can always find assistance with those guys. It's very nice. For that, I just put the 1.5 inch screen, made this on a 3D printer. Well, did a couple of them. I still want to redesign the design. If anybody wants the STL files, just ask me in the link below. Happy to put them out. But I want to redesign them before I just link a link. As soon as I have them redesigned, I'll put a link under and say, hey, get the STL files here. But until then, onward. If you ask me for it, I'll send it to you. No problem. But I was able to just drop a cabochon on there, fill it with silicone, and bam, I'm able to waterproof it. And you really want to think about waterproofing with these pumpkins. With the EL wire, say nighttime, I could reach in, just disconnect the EL wire, pull out the battery pack. That makes this guy real easy. It's just a battery pack to light him up. I haven't tested the EL pads yet, so I can't tell you anything about waterproofing them. I don't know anything about that yet, but I'm gonna try them. So in the next video, we'll talk about it. Okay, we'll get to that later. Okay, so this guy has got the pie eyes, same thing, plastic cabochon, different size. These are the OLED screens. These are the TFT screens. I wanted to be able to show you a comparison. That's why I got both. But I can tell you right off the bat, these OLED screens, like you can tell just when these are on, even though I don't have the eyeballs on them, you can tell that the viewing angle is important. Like if you're looking dead on, they look good. You can tell that you're going to lose a little bit off the viewing angle. These ones look great from any angle, which is, for this Halloween, I think what I'm going to need. Because, like, I want it to look good whether you're tall or a little kid. I still want those eyes to look good in this case. Also in here, I did audio with their sound effects board. Things I really do like about it is that each of the buttons is simple to hook up. You just ground out a pin and it plays the sample. It just matters how you name the samples when you load them in. Very easy to do. Just pay attention when you're doing it. But you can look you can hook up multiple samples to a single button and just have it on random. So you could have multiple hellos on one button. So you can put a ton of samples on this board. I may not use it for Halloween because I think I may want to use some kind of live talk. Yeah, I haven't figured exactly how I'm going to do it, but I think I want to have it working off of a live thing. Now, at first, I tried using one of their kits to make a VU meter, and it works very well. It lights up when he talks, and it looks cool. But it also lights up if somebody else talks back to it. So all I got to do is get it to read off of his speaker instead of off of this microphone. I just haven't gotten there yet. Once I do, the next video will show that. It gives me something to do in another video, you know? It gives me a reason to come back to you or something. Okay, so let's see, what's he got? He got the voice, he's got the light up mouth, he's got the OLED eyes. Okay, now another thing about carving this guy, I used these things. I saw a video Katie Campshire did of, she just took a pencil and put a hairpin on it and wrapped a piece of tape around it and made a very effective pumpkin carver. I just went ahead and took a piece of wood, carved it out on the lathe, and drilled two 1/16 inch holes in the end of it, and super glued the hairpin in there. And it's very effective. This way, I mean, you know, you can pull when you're carving on it. I don't know if tape would hold as well, but I mean, her video is fantastic. Check it out. Simple way to do it. Totally her idea. Not wanting to steal that. I just made it look nifty. That's all. Which brings us to Disco Pumpkin. This guy is a total accident and possibly one of my favorites. Oh, let me discuss prices. So, like, yeah, like you can get like 5 of these things for $20. I don't know how much the now it doesn't come to me. EL. The EL wire, there's also EL pads, electroluminescent. So I want to use EL pads. I don't know how much those are. We have to figure that out. Not much though. So he's got maybe $5 in him. That guy's cheap so far. You know, like you could do that and just put like one of those little light up candles, you know, a little battery candle in there if you just want to light up the eyes yellow. That would look cool. I mean, you could do him real cheap. This guy, a little more expensive depending on how well you want to do him. The OLED screens I think are $40 a piece, and you know, so I think I've got about $150 in this pumpkin. You know, the Raspberry Pi is another $35, $40. So, I mean, you could spend a little bit making them animatronic, but you know, I've seen plenty of stuff at the Halloween store that was over $100 that just looked cheesy. So, something that's homemade and you can control yourself for around the same price, I think that's really cool. And really, the homemade thing for me is Halloween. I'm not big on the store-bought Halloween. I did get these from the store. These came from the Halloween store. They look awesome. I'm not going to totally diss on the Halloween store. There's some very cool stuff. And popping the hands in there made Disco Pumpkin, you know, added that humanity since I don't have a face on him. Now, one thing that's really cool about this guy, very simple. These 12 millimeter diffused LEDs, they're on a string. They're called bullet nodes sometimes. You can get them from online holiday stores. I got these from holidaycoro.com. The reason I'll mention him, Dave, does excellent customer service. It's honestly worth paying for. If you do deluxe holiday displays at your house, his customer service is totally worth the extra money. If you know, some of those systems are pretty hard to program, and his ability to troubleshoot with you and go with the whole, get you working, he is awesome. So, holidaycoro.com, I don't mind plugging them. And I got this controller from him as well. And he sells a little plastic thing I got to get in the next couple of weeks to go over and waterproof this thing, because it's 12 volts. So like these lights are 12 volt. You could run the 5 volt lights as well, but if you run 12 volt, I could say put this in a waterproof enclosure, put a car battery or motorcycle battery out in the yard. It would be enough to power 3 of these pumpkins. One controller is enough to control 3 pumpkins, and you'd have the same light pattern running across all 3 pumpkins. That's pretty cool. Real easy, 3 pumpkins to put out in your yard. It'll look cool. Definitely grab attention. Going in the rest of this video, I'm going to show you some fast forward video of us carving through the pumpkins and add whatever else I think about. Now, another idea, like this guy was an accident. We were done carving and we just happened to have one extra pumpkin, and I saw somebody else's video. I'll try to link her video underneath too. She'd done really ornate drilling holes in the pumpkin. Looked fantastic. Measured them out and everything. I just went random. I just took a big bit and went random. And afterwards, my friend was like, "Hey, don't those look like those LEDs would fit inside?" Turns out they fit in. Looked awesome. Honestly, when he first mentioned it, I thought it was ridiculous. But then when I tried it, it came out looking pretty cool. This controller does like 30 different effects with the lights. I mean, you can get them doing different stuff. Through the video, I'll show you doing different effects, and I'll film some more of this after the sun goes down, so you can really see the eyes lit up and all that. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to discuss. I'll talk about the rest as everything's running in fast forward.
So anyhow, I want to get to this guy here. Okay, now this guy, I did him with no mouth. And in my opinion, that looks really creepy. So I may end up doing another one with no mouth. But I really want to try doing like a sewn up mouth with some EL wire. I think that might look nifty. So we're going to try that now. Bring some new pumpkin or carving ideas. Would help if I didn't say pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin.